in the cabbage.
Welcome to In the Cabbage. This is crazy.
This is pretty bananas right now that we're actually doing this.
I'm Tommy Swain, Andrew Witt. Please subscribe, please listen, please download, like. And just a reminder, keep swinging. Welcome back to In the Cabbage. It's your boy Tommy Swain. To my right or your left, Andrew Witt.
The man is coming out guns blazing, always.
That was fucking motor mouth right there.
Have you ever maybe even thought about maybe doing an auctioneer?
Yeah, but it just would be for me.
You can just fumble over your words all the time.
No, 400 over there. Hey, say 400 going 300.
See, you got it.
So I mean,
introductory course complete already.
I thought about it, but then like the pressure of not effing it up with people's money makes me a little like concerned.
Yeah, when they're throwing around big old bets.
I like if I'm at a car place, like also you have to kind of know the cars, be able to sell the cars a bit. So they expect a little bit more from you than just going,
sure,
this is, blah, blah, blah.
Sure. Right before this, I was like, all right, we got to get back into this. This is a great opener conversation of just going through agitation levels in life.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, into the cabbage stuff, I've just been on the rag here for the past 3 or 4 days. Ever since Sunday, I've just woke up bad mood. Normally, if I wake up in a bad mood, it'll pass. I'll be okay. Stayed all day, went to sleep, woke up, bad mood still. Like, ooh, we are on a hot streak.
Yeah.
And just haven't been able to shake it.
Yeah.
And
you got a great chain, though, and a sexy-ass hat on.
Yeah.
So, you know, just fall on that. You look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, you know what? That ain't so bad.
You know what? Did get a Tiger Woods Sunday red hat, had to cop one. So far, I mean, the quality's fire. The only thing I don't love, if I can use a critique at all, is the back strap.
That's ultimate talent.
It's
for
just,
how you're doing that.
It's just not
backstrap. What do you mean the backstrap?
You know, the snapback part of the hat.
Yeah.
It's just not my favorite.
What, does it not stick or something?
It's just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like not right plastic for it. It's like soft, rubbery. I want something a little bit more.
You want something more sturdy?
Yeah, a little more sturdy, I think. But I think it's because the hybrid performance hat. That's why it's that way. I'm not sure. Not totally
interesting.
Sure.
I've never critiqued a hat by its backstrap.
Well, it's just my only complaint, Other than that, because the color's dope. I mean, the product it came in was cool. Got some tees with it.
Yeah, it's fire.
A little note from Tiger himself in it.
Handwritten
from Tiger. Saying keep shoot it. No, I mean, it was cool. But yeah, the agitation levels, it's just like... Yeah, I just had to hit the gym today. First time I've been to the gym by myself or gone to an actual gym in years.
Yeah. I feel like maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but half of the battle is just you not really knowing what to do or have a game plan when you're in there.
Yeah, I think that like for me, like always, I love having an idea what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Gym buddy is the best. Having a gym buddy is like option one. It's the best thing that helps you get to the gym. Anyone really, honestly. I feel like I do like to go to the gym just by myself every once in a while. Just throw in the headphones and just vibe out and just be by myself and just kind of get zoned in. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice leaving there. I think that's always the best feeling of it. And just, trying to, instead of just being agitated, just sitting at home and sulking, like, I'm agitated. Kind of wanted to get out and do something.
Yeah.
Try to help at least take down some of this. So throw around some weight and, just kind of vibed out. But yeah, I mean, that's one way of doing it.
When you're just like, it's weird because I never ever see you agitated. So it's kind of a hard thing to picture.
I mean, I guess it's weird, right? Am I not an agitated person?
No. The furthest thing from.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot to get under your skin.
Yeah, it does. But I'm very...
in a pissed off way. Now, you may be more like in your head about certain things, but you're never blatantly just like kind of just angry all the time. You're
No.
the furthest thing from.
Yeah, I don't walk around with like an angry button. Like if I drop something, no big deal. I know people who drop something and it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I say fuck every time I do that.
yeah, just like
I get pissed. I'm like, you effing idiot, you drop something. And I'm like, okay, really? Is that big of a deal? Like
Right.
it was a pencil. You know, like, all right, that's not going to break. It's not going to harm anyone. Whatever.
I think I just got used to dropping so much shit in my life that you just realize you can't be agitated about it.
Maybe.
You know?
Or maybe I'm just a darker, more agitated person than you. 'Cause that's just on the reg.
If you ever asked me, like, in the years of us living together, if you were an agitated person, I would never say yes. That you were just such a tired state at all times. You were
Maybe.
much of more of a docile man.
Maybe.
You know, if you weren't recovering from volleyball, you were recovering from a hangover. If you weren't recovering from either of those two.
I guess I would get more mad at just like the dumb shit or small things that I would do. And just
For
be
sure.
like, ugh, grunts and stuff.
Beat yourself up.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm definitely not agitated either as a person or just run angry, but I don't know. Katie, I'll get mad at certain things that are just dumb.
Yeah.
They're like a little plastic thing is like not coming off. I, for the life of me, cannot open any like hummus packet, any like thing that comes in like any sort of bag. I am mentally challenged when it comes to that. So I start freaking out. And I get so pissed because it like rips halfway or like the
Right.
top just comes off. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Then the whole thing is
Yeah.
just still sealed. That really grinds my gears.
grinds
That
the gears.
really gets under my skin. I get furious. That's one of the things.
I mean, for me, like, I guess just anything at this moment. But yeah, I don't know. It just like comes on for me and it just sits there. I don't really get rid of it very easily when it's like this. So it's probably just the blues, which makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
But it's
How's
just
the ear?
ear? Oh, I went to the doctor today.
Yeah. Oh no. You did.
Yeah, I went to the doctor today. Ear doctor. No infection.
Great.
Great there.
Okay.
So I don't have to take any bones out or anything like that.
Bro, if they take a bone out, does that mean you're like deaf?
I mean, I'm getting there. There's a lot of bones in there you need, you know?
There's a lot of bones in there you need.
Yeah. So then
That's actually one of the crazier things when you like look up the anatomy of an ear.
it's a lot of weird wishbone looking things.
Bro, it's fucking crazy.
yeah, very
crazy.
tiny little bones.
Yeah, it kind of just is.
The
blows
ear
my
and the
mind. If you
eyes
don't-
freak
if you-
me out.
Yeah, they really do. They're like kind of
Just
like how did this even come to be kind of a thing.
for sure. Like how does our body like flip the image in our head to
Right.
see right side up?
Yeah.
It's like what are we talking about? When I was like a kid in grade school, right? Obviously, young Tommy, fully dyslexic, fully dyslexic, and
On the
has not-
dyslexic scale though, you're like there's people that are way worse.
way worse. But
You're like a 5'6".
yeah, out of 10 being like
Yeah.
Helen Keller.
Oh no, dog. Dyslexic doesn't mean that you basically can't function.
I mean, a 10 would be like, you know, words are
then
flying off the page and turn
we'll-
into dragons.
Maybe we'll go 4 or 5.
I'm like a 6.
Okay.
You know, I'm a 31-year-old man who still has problems reading.
Okay. Well,
You know what I mean?
so dial it on back to the grade school.
Yeah, just fully dyslexic, and then haven't mastered the ADHD at that point either, or ADD.
Yeah.
So there'd just be topics that'd be happening in elementary school. I just remember fully being like, yeah, I'm not going to learn this. And just like checking out.
That's crazy.
I would be
You
like,
just
yeah,
like
not
you
trying.
told yourself that?
No chance.
I would just catch myself daydreaming. It's fascinating to hear when other people talk about
I would be
How they
that's
think.
all I did with daydream all day long. But I would just check into like certain topics or subjects. I'm like, no chance.
that was history for me, bro.
History is the numbers and the dates are so tough. But you know what's best? When you find a teacher of a subject you hate and they somehow make it good.
That's fantastic. Do you have a teacher in mind?
I do. And named
What?
Mr. Stewart in intermediate school, 7th, 8th grade at La Paz.
I know the name.
Yeah.
But I can't picture him.
He was like tall. He looked like Andy, our basketball or our old volleyball coach.
Yeah.
Tall, white guy.
Did he make things
Crew
interesting
cut.
or fun?
Yeah, he would like have make things interesting and fun. He'd make fun of you. You know, he had like people go up and act.
Teachers would get
like that.
reamed for that now.
Yeah, but not like make fun of you in like a. I don't think so. Wouldn't make fun of you in like a weird way. He'd
Okay.
make fun of you in like a
Hey, dumb, you're not paying attention.
or something like that.
I'm over
No
here.
dumb comments or unless they were like kind of like.
Really getting
Bad
wild
kids.
and crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always said I'm really good after a couple people, and they were normally like girls who just fucked off and didn't give a shit at all. Because most of the time the guys in the class were kind of engaged. It was the girls, in my class at least, that just didn't give a shit. How about you? Did you have a teacher?
I really liked Mr. Brown in high school for history. He was
I
great.
didn't have him.
Oh, you didn't have him?
Didn't have him.
He was great. And shoot, did you ever have teachers that scared the hell out of you?
Oh yeah, most of my teachers.
Oh my God, I've had that just
Most of my teachers.
ran right across my brain. Chemistry, 10th grade. This woman, I forget her name. Chemistry was just the worst class. I mean, I hated going there. Felt like detention.
Oh yeah, when
You
they
were just like, oh my God.
what are we doing in here?
Yelling at you if you like whisper or you're not paying attention or looking up, or like if
sure.
you're late, it's like it's the end of the world. And I'm like, lady, relax. Okay.
Right.
You're not like the daughter of Adolf Hitler over here. This is we're learning about
You might be.
We're learning about chemistry, right? Well, you might be, but you don't need to act like them. Damn.
Yeah, I had teachers. My third grade teacher was awful. Like awful teacher. Shouldn't have been teaching.
Yeah. I don't think I can recite more than like 4, 5, 6 teachers I've had.
Yeah, I remember I don't remember her name. I remember one. Shout out Mr. Roberts. He was the first person to really like lay into me. He just didn't let my bullshit slide.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're like, respect.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, he was the first one who like didn't let me just like fuck off.
Yeah.
He was like the first one to be like, dude, you're fully not paying attention. You're not even trying. But I am. He's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, fuck. You're right. Mr. Roberts. Yeah.
Is he in 8th grade?
He was 5th grade.
Oh, okay. Nice.
5th or 6th grade. He might have been both years for me because he moved up to a different grade. I got him again, which was great for me.
Right.
I was like, at the time I was in a class called like RSP, which was like they take you out, which was the worst thing ever. They would yank you out of class to go to like slower learning classes. And
yeah, it's weird.
they would yank you out and then they would slow it down. And at the end of the year, you're not caught up, clearly. Because you're like you're like behind in like
And they expect you to?
yeah. So for like the parts between like 1st to like 5th grade, they take you out and then you go like reading at a slower level or math at a slower level. Then they throw you back into class and you still have like normal science and math classes in there.
That
too.
sounds so counterintuitive.
So
how
you'd
does
be
that,
like
how's that expected
behind
to
in
work?
one class and you'd be behind in another. You would never catch up.
Right. And so, well, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Because now you're like, I feel like you would check out even more because now you don't know what's happening. You're like, well, now I'm behind.
Yeah.
Now I'm just
and
like.
I couldn't hear. I was a kid that like couldn't hear. Sat in the back of the class always.
Oh, that's how we got in this topic.
Yeah.
Talk about the ear.
Yeah. And then yeah, man. And just I got yanked out of that stuff. So it's impossible for me to catch up. And then Mr. Roberts was like the first teacher where I finally was like, okay, I can't do RSP anymore. I'd rather just fail and just keep moving me forward and we'll figure it out. And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
there you go.
And so we just yanked it out, did Sylvan, which was great.
What the hell is that?
It's like an after school learning center.
Okay. Sullivan?
Sylvan.
Oh, Sylvan. Okay.
Yeah. We had to go in 5th and 6th grade. I had to go after school 3 times a week.
Damn.
And go and do like homework with them for like an hour and a half. It's actually kind of nice because they can actually help me with my homework.
Right.
You know, like I would be actually ask questions and they would like sit there and like wouldn't let me fuck off. So I'd be done with homework at like
That's nice.
6 o'clock instead of like 8:30, 8:45 for me.
Right, because then you're just like fumbling around all the time.
Yeah. I mean, my mom would come in 14 times to check me if I was doing homework or not.
You're like, never doing it.
Never
like, yeah,
doing it.
Mom, I'm doing it. Come
I
on.
would sit there.
Quit bugging me.
Just sit there and just stare at the page and just start feeling bullshit in. I vividly remember, a little shot across the bow, mom here. I would my mom come back, single mom, right? Son's at TLC where you should be doing some homework after school. Doesn't do the homework after school ever. Mom's got to pick him up at 2, Mom will pick me up at like 3:45, 4:30s, 5:30s.
Right.
Have to run home, buy McDonald's, and then we'd sit down and do homework at that end of the day for her. A little tough.
Yeah.
Like 5:45, 6 o'clock's rolling around, like homework still got to get done.
And she just put in a full day at work.
Right. Running the salon. So she would just do my homework for me a lot of times.
Because she just didn't want to deal with your BS.
Right. Or, and she would sit there and she would wait, and we'd try. And then it'd just be times where it'd be like, I got to get some sleep,
That's wild.
And I remember turning the homework in, the shit would be wrong sometimes. But my mom basically did this with me. Like there's no way this is wrong. Or I just didn't even care, man. I don't even remember school, even caring about school. In elementary school, was school like a big thing for you?
School is just such a weird concept. Honestly, it's just kind of strange. School was sometimes an issue, but most of the time was not. I mean, nobody wants to do homework, so I'm effing around at my desk looking up music.
Oh, I'm sure your dad would come around and just ream you.
Yeah, but he didn't get home until 7.
Perfect.
I did I went to TLC.
Yep.
I got picked up because my mom worked full time, so I got picked up at 5:30 every day. Never did homework at TLC.
Ever.
No.
Dodgeball, Jello,
You're doing
pudding.
It. We actually had a moment for Egyptian Rat Slap. Ever play that game?
No, you gotta explain that one.
It's like it's like slap deck or it's almost like war.
Yeah, then you hit 3-3 and you slap the top of the deck or something.
And whoever's hands on the bottom of it. Right.
Yeah.
It's just a card game we'd play over and over and over again.
Right.
Foursquare, basketball. I mean, you name it, we did it.
Yeah. That was fun, man.
It was a great time. Sometimes the TLC guys were dicks, but most of the time, a lot of fun. A lot of goofing around.
The counselors?
Yeah, the counselors.
Yeah, 95% of them were good.
For sure.
people. And most of the time when they're pretty dickish or didn't fit, they would be out of there pretty fast.
Yeah, and also you wouldn't listen to them. I would and be like, this guy sucks.
Yeah. I would listen to them. TLC, I think so.
But yeah, dude, school, I don't know. My dad was really good at helping me and explaining things, and so I feel like for the most part I kind of just got it. I paid attention in class, so I kind of just did the homework, or I did the homework in class. If they were handing it out, I would just bust that thing out. I'm like, I don't want to pay attention to this and just crush homework. The problem was essays. That was the big bugaboo for me. That was the big old problem.
Essays were
brutal.
One-page essays, 2-page essays.
I could knock out a 2-page essay in 20 minutes now, 30 minutes. No problem.
Easy.
Just write some BS on there. But I literally could not physically start writing. You know that SpongeBob episode?
Yeah.
Where he's going to boating school?
Yeah.
That was me, bro. I'm fucking up all night. And I'm just working mad hard at it. And I've got a paragraph. It's 2 hours go by. I'm like, oh my God, this is
going to be forever.
Right.
I'm going to live here.
Yeah.
There
was one moment where I had a complete mental breakdown and was crying under my desk to write a paper. Couldn't do it. I don't know what the hell was going on with me.
Oh, dude, those mental breakdowns. I had that with...
just terrible, man. What the hell was that?
With
just hormones maybe or something. You're growing up. Sure.
Had that with the states.
Oh, no. The states. Is that a 5th grade thing?
Yeah, states test. Full breakdown.
Oh, God.
Full breakdown.
Oh,
because I just always forget we had states test every week. Study for your states, states and capitalized sections. Every night I would study the night before the big test.
I couldn't name the capital of Louisiana at the moment.
Baton Rouge.
Had a boy. See? The two of us together can pass the states test.
Delaware?
Nope.
Nebraska?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't have either of those. We should do a states test later on
That'd be hilarious. Ohio? Columbus?
Columbus, I think.
See, that's a guess.
Baby.
It's a good educated guess. Maybe it's because... Nope. Don't have it.
I think it's New Mexico City.
Attaboy.
I think.
Attaboy. Your mom did
right?
well. Just beat that thing into your head.
Well, yeah. It would always be the night before. We had to do like singing things. We had to and it would be spelling too.
Oh,
you had to
no.
spell it right.
Oh,
to get
no.
the points. So you know what? You couldn't just circle. You had to spell it right, which, was just devastating. Couldn't do it. It was like one night I had another one had to study for. Basically, like procrastinated the whole time, night before the test. And I just started bawling. Just couldn't stop.
No.
Couldn't stop. Just my mom let me spiral in my room, came checked in me later. She's like, did you start getting it at all? I'm like, no. I was sitting there with my little map, like puzzle thing. Oh, man. That's good times, huh? Now, being a parent, you're going to have to deal with that on the other end.
Well, you're going to have just genius kids, so you don't have to worry about it.
Well, at least I have
Self-sufficient.
Madison, and she can...
Well, they got the internet now.
That is true.
It's kind of crazy. We didn't really kind of have the internet. I mean, there was very minimal amount going on when we were growing up. I'm talking like in elementary school.
Yeah, like YouTube videos. Like if you don't know the topic, you can like Google it.
You could watch anything you want on YouTube, and it's all on there.
It'll be there. So, I guess you're right. Because if I was a kid and that was for me how to learn, it'd be so much easier for me.
Yeah, because now you're watching a video. There's animation going on. Right. Now there's like special effects to keep you a little bit more engaged.
At least the person cares about doing it. Because a lot of times my teachers sucked, bro.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't have a lot of good teachers.
Yeah, we're taking a big old shot at this teacher community right now.
Well, fuck them. I mean, you got teachers who listen to this. I bet you're a good teacher. But I had so many bad teachers.
Yeah.
Like
when you get a good one though that stands out, so that's even more kudos, right?
Yeah, I would.
So yeah,
every time you go up to the board and you look at your friends when they're all in the classes. Remember doing that in elementary school?
Elaborate.
So you would go to elementary school for a day,
okay.
Right? And it'd be like, welcome back to school day. You don't know what class you're in, but you can kind of check in.
Right.
You walk where your homeroom's at. You get to figure out what class you're in. Because they post it on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So do you
think they even do that anymore?
No, they probably just send it to an email.
Online, right?
Yeah.
Just whoop. There you go.
Yeah, because we had to go to class that day.
Right.
But not like go to class. You just go, see your thing. The school would be open. It'd be back to school. They like sell pencils there and stuff for you to grab if you need it. You can go meet your teacher if you want, Yeah, it
was like a huge thing. I mean, like the whole campus.
So now you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There'd be like snow cones there, some shit.
Right.
God, that's great.
That was a lot of fun. Then you're seeing your homies again.
Yeah. I bet you as a parent, you're like, who are these kids that all like you,
Mm-hmm.
running around? At least that was for me. I'd be like high-fiving people walking by everywhere, shooting the shit with the teachers or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, man. And you'd be like looking and be like, oh, I got this person, I got this person. I never had any friends that had the worst teacher. Every time.
They hated you.
They
Worst luck.
Trying to bury me, truly.
But look at you now.
Look at me now. A man with no eardrum in his right ear.
Oh, that was a big old rabbit hole.
Yeah, so
what's up with
the doctor? That's what the doctor said. No
infection. Okay, great.
In the right ear. So I was missing.
Well, yeah, we know
I was
that.
missing 80% of it. No, I'm missing like 90.
Tough.
Yeah.
I mean, but at that point, 80% to 90%, is that even that big of a deal?
It feels that big of a deal.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't feel great this time around. Maybe it just needs to heal keep needing to heal.
I mean, I was going to say a dumb question, but I feel like this is totally relevant. Are there like prosthetic eardrums?
Yeah. So I talked to him because I also have a deviated septum.
Yeah, you got to get it all fixed, buddy.
So I'm just going to go in surgery. They're going to do it all at once.
Okay, great.
They're going to fix my deviated septum, the 2 Eustachian tube plasties, and then reconstruct my eardrum.
That's great.
Which would be
terrifying, but that's great. You need to get in there and do that.
I mean, I'm just going to be on the couch ridden for...
When are you doing that? Are you doing that like next week?
No. After I get back from vacation. It's going to be like a couple, 2-3 week healing process.
Okay. Nice. 2-3 week healing process that just like set in. 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think so. Because they got cut like from what I think ear constructive. Well, one, it's super sensitive. You use a brand new eardrum, and it's got to kind of take
shape and kind of like.
Yeah.
So what's the likelihood of it blowing out again though? Like that's
not out the realm.
That's crazy.
Not out the realm. I'm gonna go talk to a skull surgeon. He recommended.
Okay.
Because he just does ears. He doesn't do nose. And I just want it all done at once. I don't want to do two separate surgeries.
Yeah. Because I know mainly it's the canals that like.
Yeah. So like my canals are busted between my ear and my throat.
Right. And so is there a way to fix that other than stents?
Yeah. I don't know if it's permanent. I'm going to ask him more information. That's a good question.
You can't go back to the stents. Say no.
Yeah. The plugs.
Right.
Yeah. The balloon plastic goes into this like tube and they blow it out. They blow the tube out.
Yeah.
And it like breaks it open and like can never heal again or some shit like that. Or can never like unheal. Like, I don't know. They basically break it so it just permanently stays open.
Sure.
So
it just sounds crazy. But I mean, it hasn't really worked though.
They've never done it before.
Oh, I thought you have.
No, the FDA just approved the surgery.
Oh, sorry, this is the new one.
Tubes.
I've always had tubes. Yeah, and those tubes fucking suck.
Tubes suck. Well, they don't work for me because my problem is the tube thing.
It just doesn't work.
Like the Eustachian tube in my ear.
Dude, how much I pulled out an ungodly amount of earwax yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I can't use Q-tips, period.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I can't like put anything in my ears.
I legitimately had to go downstairs
and show Catherine.
I had to show Catherine, but also I was concerned because it was so dark and I was like, is this red? Am I bleeding?
Oh, no, you just got to get them clean. You should go to the ear doctor, get them clean them out.
Dude, it was like dark brown.
That's probably why you can't hear. You're probably full of wax.
Probably. I mean, I took that thing out. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you probably need to go get those things cleaned out.
It's like I took the headphones off.
Yeah, they're going to check your hearing. Be a good little time for you. You have a big thing. You bought a house.
Yeah, sure did.
Bought a house.
Sure did.
In the house. In Lake Forest. Left me alone. Yeah. All the way in North Orange County.
We did bring this up, though, last pod. We
didn't have the house officially.
I thought we did.
Mm-mm. You just...
I thought we like signed escrow and everything.
It's been 3 weeks since we recorded.
I know. It's our 3rd week in the house.
Okay. Well, anyways, new house.
It's coming together though. Now it is. Because we weren't in it though when we did the whole situation where we're like basically closed when we recorded, but we weren't in the house yet. I don't think.
Right.
So it's cool. What a trip it is to like open up the front door and then like you're kicking it in your living room and it's like, oh,
yeah, it's your house.
This is our place. This is our pad.
Right.
Now, it's going to suck when that mortgage kicks in. Let me tell you that.
Oh, you guys have this month off, right?
We do.
Ooh, that's nice.
That first payment comes in about a month.
About a month.
Yeah. Like 3rd week of September, I believe, or 2nd week.
Nice.
But it's cool. It's so difficult, like finding your style of what you want to do and like trying to make other things in the past furniture, like house work at your new place. Mm-hmm. And like, how are we going to like picture things? Realizing that like, oh, we can't just like call someone at a whim and it's like fixed. Like, oh, got to go do this, got to do that. But there is some sort of like fun and like maybe pride that you can kind of do. Mm-hmm. Really excited about the backyard. The patio is going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be a cool thing.
That's going to be a good time.
I want to get
the house is sick.
Maybe like an outdoor TV would be really fun back there.
Yeah, you can get like a little stand out there and you can like latch a TV to it.
Yeah. We'll see.
If you don't want to keep it outside the whole time, you know. But that'd be fire. What you're saying. Either way, I'm hyped for you. Mm-hmm. Hyped for the house. It's an awesome house, good location.
Except it's far away from you.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's not the end of the world.
No.
It's not Orange County to Long Beach.
If it was 30, now we got problems.
We're getting out there. 30 no traffic, yeah, we got issues.
30 no traffic, that's problematic.
Yeah, we're getting
it's
a little
basically
far.
20 now with no traffic.
20 no traffic. I agree.
Dude, I got over to your place from my work in like 17 minutes when I left.
Yeah, Tustin's like weirdly like not far from a lot of things.
It's crazy.
You're pretty close to Newport. You're pretty close to Costa Mesa, Santa Ana, Orange, Irvine.
Really close to Irvine. That's what I love about our place too. Katie and I went on a walk yesterday. really nice. Like kind of tucked away, like it's almost canyonish and like foresty, but it's like not. It's very urban. It's very residential, and there's tons of shops.
Yeah.
So it's a good mix of the two. So we just like went on a nice hike, had like a trail. We're kicking it over there. Nice parks around us.
Is that Sunday?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
We just went on Monday.
Hike?
Just Monday night.
Okay, nice.
After work. Yeah, dude, neighbors are chill. Good little spot, man. But yeah, same with Lake Forest. I feel like we are not quite as like close to everything like Tustin is, but it's a good little spot.
Absolutely,
it's a great
man.
little place.
The house is nice, so that's all that matters. And you guys are happy, right? So
for sure,
that's all
for
that really
sure, buddy.
matters. You want to get in some sports here? We haven't talked much.
I'm down. Fire
First,
away.
A little Olympics.
Yeah, we can recap some Olympics.
Boys basketball pulled it off. Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah, I'll definitely back you up there, bud. Greatest shooter, because there was one photo I saw like on Facebook or Instagram. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, wide open on the opposite side of the court, and Steph Curry's double team falling away and shoots a three. Of course, goes in.
Yeah, from the hip.
Yeah, it's just crazy, right?
I mean, the game was kind of out of touch at that point, so it was mainly just a heat check.
Right.
I think they were up by like 7 with like a minute and 5 left with the ball. I mean, I've seen comebacks, but like not like against a USA team like that.
Right.
Fully locked in, trying to get the gold medal. I don't think that anyone's going to beat that team. Yeah,
But
I mean,
just
it's so crazy.
just
to see.
electric though, what he's able to do with the basketball.
Absolutely. And just like the one that really impresses me always is like the pump fake with like 4 seconds left. Able to pump fake the man fully by him. Able to like one step dribble, gather super quick, super smooth shot.
Right.
Everything he does everything super quick until he elevates, and then it's like really, really like perfectly motioned. I don't know. It just was cool to see USA get a dub there. Men's gymnastics.
Dude, that was sick.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the coolest things I've. Did you watch that live?
I didn't. You were telling me about it.
Oh, it was so good. Oh yeah, just sat down, watched like an hour and a half of just straight gymnastics, and like I watched our boys just get great score after great score, and they just were getting so hyped up. Nothing better than just seeing a team, doesn't matter, well, especially for the US, like at the Olympics, at a sport that you don't really get to see that often, but it's ultra competitive. I mean, these guys, we don't even, this is like goes without saying, but these guys and women are just phenomenal athletes.
Yeah, unreal.
Just phenomenal athletes, right? Like how explosive, how much balance, and how much strength you have to pull all of this off. It was just really cool because we're nowhere near doing any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's like my least athletic part about me.
There's no chance in a million years
Anything
am
like
I ever
that.
doing that.
No.
Yeah, that was electric seeing the boys rally for that bronze, and it was like the first time since like 04 or 08 that we've medaled.
Yeah, I mean,
Something
it's
like that.
been a while. I mean, the guy with the glasses coming on, doing the pummel horror,
Yeah.
sticking it, fire.
So cool.
Yeah. I just never did a single event for them the whole time because people do multiple events for them, correct?
The whole thing, yeah. The all-around team event. Yeah. You can only take, I don't know all the rules, but I think you could only take like 5 gymnasts on your team or something like that. And usually like some guys will do 3 events, some guys will do 5, some guys will do like 2. It just like
Steve
varies.
just does one.
Just does one event.
One. He comes in for the pummel horse. You know when you're going to get from him.
Takes off those freaking glasses.
Becomes a superhero.
And just locks in.
Yeah.
Turns into a whole beast.
And just pummel horses his little heart out. Other than that, I mean, great Olympics. I just hate how the viewing times are so tragic. Like
Yeah,
they're
not this
happening
this next one though.
The next one will be great.
For the summer at least.
USA, baby.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Men's volley got the gold too. Or the bronze, sorry.
Yeah, I got the bronze. That was cool.
It's cool for them to see him medal. I feel like they might be a little disappointed with that Poland game.
I totally think that it slipped right through their hands.
Yeah, but that's tough. Tough to see. I was wishing, from a amateur's perspective, You know, I yanked TJ. Coach had his decisions. The guy who came in for him balled out, started playing really well, you know, but then started sliding around mid to late fourth set for them, and just didn't have the same gusto that he brought onto the court for set 2 and 3.
Sure.
And I thought at that time they probably should have yanked him and just put TJ back in the game for set 5. And then you got to go with the people who got you there, especially if the guy you subbed in for isn't
performing at that.
He's playing okay. Because
right.
if you're getting an okay game from TJ and an okay game from a bench player, you got to take the okay game from TJ.
Yeah, you got to be an upgrade off the bench. And if you're no longer an upgrade, then it's like,
right.
What are you bringing for us right now? It's a tough role to be coming off the bench, but that's kind of what you got to sign up for. If you didn't earn that starter role, you know, you got to be an
tough,
upgrade,
right? I've always found that tough as a coach. I hate it as a bench player.
It is tough.
Where you come into a game, you immediately improve the team, you start to win, things are going well, and then you have a slight dip in your performance during something, and you get yanked quick.
I know. But isn't it crazy, though, when you're like from a viewer or like if you're a coach, you're like, probably should have put TJ back in maybe.
Yeah, I know. And it's just always hard as a bench player. Like, he kind of deserved that time, though. Came in, played really well. Set 2, set 3, most of set 4, just started to fall. And you got to be like, well, I guess you had to ride him out. But I probably would have wanted TJ back in there.
I feel like you gotta at least give another look. Yeah, maybe there's for sure some bias going on, but I just think you got to put TJ back out there because he was playing so great and so well for a majority of the tournament.
Had one bad game.
Yeah, like a bad set and a half of volleyball.
Right.
And then you're kind of out in the semis.
Tough.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's part of athletics. You're not always going to play perfect, but dang, you just hope that maybe the leash is a little bit longer than that at times. Yeah. You can look at it at so many different angles, right? That's the whole thing. There's no like right or wrong answer. It just happened to be the wrong answer because we did not get the outcome we wanted, right? So it's easy to point fingers and blame that.
And I thought we could have beaten Paris.
Paris looked really good.
They did.
They looked really good.
We did, but I thought we could have gotten them.
I think we could have given them a run for their money because they just waxed
Poland.
Mm-hmm. Not even close.
Not even close.
It's like 25, 17, 18, like every set.
Yeah, they didn't even look right at all. And Poland was just so beat up at that time too. Any other little moments from the Olympics you enjoyed?
I thought golf was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Scotty Scheffler coming back in the dub for the boys. That was great.
I thought that was epic. Any thoughts on the payments at which you're able to get a gold, silver, or bronze? You know, kind of what that shakes out to?
No, I don't.
$37,500 for gold, $27,500 for silver, $17,500 for bronze, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tough, right? Because obviously it's not enough money. But also, how many events are there in the Olympics, you know?
Yeah, you don't think they're making some of that back, though, with like TV coverage and viewership and commercials?
I don't know how much money really there. I mean, you're mainly getting money on the tickets and concessions. That's where you're making your cash.
Right, but that's just for the home country, though.
Yeah, it's not going back to athletes, really. So maybe they get a portion of the tickets. You know, that's maybe what you have to just sacrifice because they need more money. And it should be on the country.
Isn't that crazy? And it is dependent on the country. It's not even based off of the hosting country, which is crazy. I thought it was going to be at least like $250,000 for gold.
Yeah, I think you need to have enough where
like that needs to be worth a good paycheck for like a year.
Yeah, I mean, they're sacrificing 4 years of their life. You could say.
I mean, if you're gonna be professional, like I don't know, like archer, or like I don't know, equestrian or something like that. Maybe it's not as like prestigious. I get it, but like still, you're gonna be like an Olympic, and it's an Olympic sport. So like, you're like giving away or sacrificing, 16 to 22 years of your life potentially.
Yeah. I think if you're an Olympic athlete and you're on the team before the Olympics happen, when you go out, you qualify for whatever, it should be from then on out, they don't have to worry about money for the rest of the time they're on the Olympics.
Sure.
Until the next qualifications happen.
Sure. I think that's fair.
Or something like that. Minimum wage, a year for some people is $40K. Do that 4 years, basically.
It's really not that much money.
It's really not.
There's not that many Olympians.
I mean, there are, though.
Compared to like the rest of the world, like compared to the rest of the country.
I guess where does the money come from? Because is it on the United States to pay our Olympians, or is it on the board of whatever?
I'd have to do a lot of research.
Let's do a little research and find out why there isn't. Because you're right. If you're looking at the United States full Olympic team, that's not the size of the NFL.
Right.
Right?
It's less than that.
It's less than that.
It's not
so
that
if it's
many.
just on the United States, these boys should be getting paid. But
Right.
How do you discern?
How do you get paid?
Yeah. How do you discern that you're an Olympic athlete?
A lot of the athletes, and this was the one that was highlighted the most, was the gymnast. And I should have done some research here. I just didn't know this was going to be coming up in topic, but I thought it was really interesting. But he has runs an Instagram page, runs a YouTube channel, and he tries to get endorsements and viewership and publicizing, day in the life of an Olympian, how I train, struggles he's going through, whatever he's wanting to talk about. But it's almost like self-branding is how you get money in the Olympics.
Oh, you have to. I'm vlogging the whole time I'm there. I'm Instagramming. You have to invest in yourself and what you're doing, especially if you're not a full, I'm a gold medal athlete. So I'm sure some of these people know coming in, it's I have to have my A+ miracle game for me to medal.
Right. And you're coming in with a bunch of personality.
You just got to do what you got to do.
Trying to sell yourself. But you see all these contracts, and I know the money comes from viewership and tickets and all of that. And NBA, NFL, baseball, hockey even, right? His contracts are 10 million a year, 4.5 million a year. Obviously the most elite ones are making, $30 million a year, 50 million a year. But almost everyone is making 2 mil a year.
Yeah.
If you're a good to decent professional athlete. That's just around the league too. That's just in one sport.
Yeah, I just don't know how to discern how much money you get. So, once you're on the Olympic roster,
it's a flat salary of 125, or maybe there's viewership levels. If you're going very, very popular sport, I don't know, basketball, for example. But basketball, that you can make an argument shouldn't be paid at all because they already have so much money.
Yeah, basketball
coming in.
Gives a fuck.
Right.
Basketball doesn't need money.
I'm really looking out for the gymnasts.
The gymnasts, the riflers, the archers, the kayak people.
Yes.
The people who are
Judo?
never going to see a dime.
Judo?
Judo.
I'd do that for judo for sure. These guys are training so hard.
Judo,
rugby?
wrestling.
I don't know how much money's in rugby.
Not much.
So I think that's just a very interesting thing. Don't fact check me on the numbers, but I'm not far off. It's 35, 37.
Yeah, I could see that.
27.
Not
17.
enough.
It's kind of crazy.
Not enough. One thing I did find funny too, a lot of times my dad and I were talking about these athletes, right? And if you notice, a lot of these foreign countries went to college at ASU or Stanford or USC and then these athletes come to our, colleges, train,
right,
get the best facilities they possibly can at a young age, anywhere from their country, even in Canada. The top Canadian schools aren't beating the top United States colleges for athletics.
Yeah, for athletics. Maybe
you're going to Alabama.
Maybe facilities, though.
I don't know. If you're a top athlete from USC,
we played some really good collegiate volleyball teams in Canada. We got our ass kicked at Long Beach.
Really? Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that maybe happening. But I'm talking if you're
as a whole, totally.
If you're from fucking Nova Scotia and you're trying to pick a school, like on average, Stanford's going to be better than 99.9% of your schools out there.
Sure. Yeah, I see. I totally see your point now.
Like I get maybe some of these facilities are better, but like they're not going to be better than Alabama's.
Right.
They're not going to be better than they might have good facilities like you can definitely train in, but a lot of these like athletes come over here, and then they, live, stay, full sports. Maybe the education doesn't have to be as tough because they're an athlete. I have no clue. Then they leave and they take their talents elsewhere. It's a little annoying. It's a little annoying seeing these kids like, oh, they actually lived in the United States for 8 years, 9 years. And then they went to like Norway and they win a gold in like back swimming or something. And then you're just like, well, they were in our college the whole time.
Right.
So I wanted to make a rule that if you went and you studied at a United States university for 4 years and you did athletics there, you're now an official.
Deemed an American athlete.
Yep.
Product of the USA, baby.
Product of the USA. If you came in, you lived here longer and whatever, and you came and you used our schools, like European soccer has a huge issue with it. If the American athletes come to Europe, a lot of times the issue is that Europeans don't want to really teach Americans how to play soccer properly, so they don't go back to the MLS and teach the Americans how to play soccer. They have to be pretty extraordinary soccer players now for Americans to get out there. And then, which we are starting to see a lot more of that happen, and vice versa. Like European, famous old retired European players coming to the MLS was poo-pooed on a lot by the higher echelon European leagues from Premier because they didn't want to teach. Get these young dogs riled up for soccer.
Right.
Because we're just different with sports. I don't care. The United States live and breathe it. It means everything to most of our states out here.
I would say so, and even more so in the South and back east. It's even bigger.
So just to you come teach us something, we're going to be different at it. Someone's going to get obsessed. It's not going to matter about money. Someone's going to support him, and he's just going to be able to be a freak. And we, boys are big. We got big boys down here.
We do.
Big nation, too. Texas can fit about four of those nations.
We got numbies. The country that I always get shocked at is Japan.
Japan's crazy.
Crazy, bro. It's weird. As far as
volleyball's pretty decent.
As far as sheer numbers go, not that many people.
No.
As far as raw athletic talent, it's there, but it's not the USA. Always shocking.
I bet you Japan does a really good job of their athletes, taking care of their athletes. Though.
For sure.
I bet you if you're, a top rifler, I bet you don't have to worry about shit out there besides rifling.
When Hideki Matsuyama won the Masters for the first time in Japan history, be the first Japanese person to actually win, they shut down the whole country and they sounded the nation's alarm for an atomic bomb or something like that. It's basically like a warning, but that was him coming back into the country and him getting
so cool.
A shout out. They literally shut down the whole country for
cool.
him. It's just different. It's so cool.
So cool.
And the way that he bowed and to the whole
that
course.
Was probably one of the
oh
most,
my God, that was so cool.
One of the most swaggy things ever to finish up 18. Grabbing the flag, caddy goes back and bows to the golf course.
Shit's been real.
Wow. That was one of the coolest wins to see. But yeah, Japan just has that gear.
It's weird, man.
Where you guys just get obsessive.
Katie and I had a... See, you guys.
You guys over there.
I'm half.
Half of it.
Yeah. I don't know. It fascinates me. Cartoons.
Gotta go to Japan sometime.
Katie and I had a powwow last night.
Oh, here we go.
And we said we're doing it next year.
I love it.
In the fall.
Great.
So basically in 14 months, we're going to do it.
Start playing now.
We're just going to try to save and try to refinance and yeah. Because we're dude, we're seeing more and more about it. And I was kind of mad. I'm surprised she had the idea because I've been stewing on it, watching more anime shows, watching cartoons, watching more cooking videos where they got into pizza and people swear by the pizza over there. It's rivals Italy, and they make it whiskey and they make it the best ever, and then they like come to ramen and they like they perfect everything, and like the whole vibe of the place just looks epic.
Yeah,
they're just
play
different.
golf out there. You gotta do me a favor and go play golf.
Have to play golf.
Just one round.
Have to.
Go find some weird course though, where like the golf cart's on tracks or the caddies are doing some weird shit.
Be a lot of fun.
You gotta go find some weird golf.
We want to do
like
there. 2 weeks almost,
you
where we can do like countryside, a little bit of mountain, a little bit of like forest, and obviously like hit up a good amount of like city life.
Yeah, that'd be dope. All Catherine needs out there is soup. Noodles and soup. So
right.
She'll be fine.
She was pitching me on going in the spring actually. And that's when like the cherry blossoms go. It's most that's the classic time. That's the most touristy time. And I was like, why don't we go in the fall? And it's less touristy. It's cheaper. It's more cooler climate, but not like freezing cold. Basically, it's still like an island. And it's more. It lends itself to eating more like soup, noodles, and stuff
she's
like that.
I'm in.
She's like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like,
anytime they get some long dong noodles down.
Dude, how good is that restaurant?
That was fire. I was hyped for you. Because I at first, some of the first stuff I had, the noodles were okay. The chow mein was okay.
Yeah.
The fried rice was okay.
Fried rice is a bad. I will say bad.
It wasn't
It's a 3. It's a 3 out of 10.
Yeah. Which maybe it was just the chef that day. But the dumplings.
Oh my God. The dumplings.
All the dumplings are fire. Every type of the soup dumplings, the pan-seared dumplings, the wontons,
and it's great because I don't want to make any of that. I can't.
You can do fried rice at home. You can do chow mein at home, and you can make some sort of chicken dish at home.
Just dime the dumplings
and just give me the dumplings.
Those things were good, bro.
Really good.
That was the first time.
Spicy pork soup dumpling where I was like, this is actually what I remember dumplings kind of tasting like.
Right. That was the first time. I mean, I like Din Tai Fung, but it's so overrated and so overpriced.
You just gotta eat there.
I have.
I know, but like that's the only way to do it.
Oh, yeah. For sure. But this place, we walked in on Saturday night at 5:45.
Just walked on in?
Walked right on in there. Pretty affordable. Dumplings are like
crazy.
$12.
Yeah.
Big soup dumplings.
Yeah.
Like a silver dollar.
They're a big soup I mean, the spicy pork soup dumpling highlight of that place. It's called long noodles. But for whatever reason I call it
long noodles.
For whatever reason I call it long dong noodles, and now it's just
it's spread like wildfire.
It is just tough out there now. Yeah, man.
Grade school all over again, baby.
So there's we can wrap her up here. There's just one really topic I want to talk about. You sent to me, and it interested me so much is the baseball professional simulators going on right now. So essentially, it looks like a batting cage, but on the other end of it, it's like a screen with the pitcher's full mechanics with a hole coming through the screen where a pitching machine sits behind it and can throw all of their pitches accurately and how also they would throw them.
Down to the RPM revolution and spin axis.
Right. So they basically give you
which is crazy, bro.
It gives you the most realistic batting practice on a pitcher you can do, and they have a bunch of them.
Yeah,
I don't know how many pitchers they have. It's a lot, and it's apparently not that hard for them to figure it out now. But they just did something to it, so now they can put them in batting cages for professional teams to warm up. Like if they know they're bringing a reliever in, you can go up and go get BP from this machine.
Yeah, the dudes are like, in the hole going to go like get BP or 3 guys away, taking some rips and practicing like hitting his like fastball, his changeup, and his sinker. That's such a massive advantage.
To me, it cannot happen in baseball.
No,
they got to figure something out where that just can't fly. That's just way too accurate.
It should be illegal.
It should be.
I think that you are allowed to do training before the game. I don't think you should bring it to the game.
I don't think it should be anywhere in a major league stadium.
No.
It needs
but what if
you
can you practice with it?
I don't know. That's tough, man. Because it's different. I don't know, right? Because if you're studying film, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but
it's different being there and feeling it live than it is seeing it on camera.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you went to a UFC fight and you like somehow inputted a fighting style into a robot and this robot can somehow recreate exactly how this guy fights.
Right. I see where you're going.
Huge advantage because you can't really change. I don't know how many times a pitcher changes their windup. Not many, if ever in their career.
Mm-hmm.
Their shit's their shit. They're not going to start gripping changeups and throwing their splitters differently and their fastballs and all their stuff. They might have to change up how they pitch you. That's totally fine. That's something that pitchers need to learn how to do. They probably do that already. But like that's all kind of stuff that's like implied. Like it's just in there. So it's kind of like OP for me to see that a professional team would have this like, you know.
Yeah, didn't that video say it was banned in like 20 stadiums or like
yeah,
or like
no,
10 stadiums?
They're allowed to come into stadiums. Pitchers are suing them for likeness. Which if I'm a pitcher right now, I'm doing it. I'm suing just to make this stop. Now
It's over. It just doesn't even resemble like an actual feel in the game. It's not. It's too revolutionary. It's too good of a technology to have.
Way too good of a technology.
It takes all of the guesswork out of like
Baseball.
Reactionary sports.
Right. It takes all of it out of baseball. That now, obviously, the nerves and all that stuff's still going to happen. But if you've seen this man's changeup 200 times, you know he's going to throw the changeup here, here, and here because you've practiced it
Right.
all week.
Well, the pitcher might have a slightly different delivery, and you've seen it so many times now.
But they don't really deliver it slightly different.
I'm saying like mechanically.
Right.
Yeah, like mechanically.
I know pitchers there's some pitchers out there who don't care about their windup, but however they release it's how they release it. Wherever it comes out of the hand comes out of the hand.
But their glove might be different. The way they rotate their shoulders might be a little bit different.
I don't know
like
how.
Milliseconds.
I think it's like golf though. Like your setup's kind of your setup. Your tempo's kind of your tempo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you were like Tiger's not gonna like switch a right shoulder differently because he's feeling like it that week. You know what I mean?
Do they never change up their arm angles? They change up their arm angles.
To throw different pitches.
Yeah.
But then if
certain
if you're
times.
watching the changeup from the machine, you're going to see that change.
Right. It totally resembles their
Everything they're doing.
right.
So if you throw your changeup differently, they're going to see it over and over and over
right.
and over.
And that's crazy. It could be like an inch of your shoulder tilt, and that's enough. I feel like for you to for a professional athlete
staring at it,
to see it over and over and over again, you're gonna notice that subtle difference.
Yeah, like he looks at his glove every time he throws a fastball.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Some of like the smaller subtleties that now lends you to like smaller clues. You're gonna pick that up way faster.
I think it's amazing for baseball batting cages, though.
Amazing.
I would love to go spend a full afternoon of picking random Major League Baseball players.
And trying to go and tattoo them.
And try to get some hits.
That was immediately where my head went, too.
I thought this was so much fun for batting cages.
Exactly what you said. Should be illegal, not be around in any MLBs. Great for batting cages. I want to go do that. That's so epic.
I want to go play that right now.
So much fun.
I would love to be like, let's go hit like the playoffs are coming.
Yeah.
Right. You know, someone's got a big matchup the next day. Right. And you know that guy's pitching. You'd be like, oh, let's just go see what it actually looks like.
So much fun. So much fun.
Yeah, let's go see what this curveball they're talking about.
So much fun.
And you sitting around with your buddies, watching the game, like, dude, it starts at your head and it ends at your like calf.
Yeah. Yeah, it's another thing to actually
like 80,
feel it too.
87 miles an hour.
Right. You have 0.2 seconds to decide if you want to swing or not.
Right. And especially if you know it's not going to hit you ever, like the machine's never going to hit you. You can just, as long as you stay like in this one little spot.
I'm just vibing with it.
Right. I just want to go there and just swing my little heart out. Awesome, buddy. Well, I mean, we have some golf stuff here. I would love to talk about maybe when it gets closer. College football's around the corner. You're a USC guy now, so that you got something to watch and cheer for. Big 12.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, dude.
Oregon would be another team you can enjoy watching. I think you would like Oregon more than I think you'd like USC.
Really?
I love USC because of my dad and all that stuff, but Oregon's fun too.
That's just the one thing I think we've talked about it before, but yeah, it's college football just doesn't have that same oomph for me. And like I know it does for you because your dad just lived and breathed it, you know?
Yeah, college football is just a lot more fun, like offensively for me sometimes.
For sure.
A lot more upsets. The atmosphere is a little more different. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see how the USC does against the Pac-12. We have a crazy schedule, an unbelievable schedule. So that's going to be impossible in a lot of ways.
How is USC supposed to be good?
They're okay.
Did they get anyone?
I mean, they got some people. They always get some people, but no name I've recognized or.
Hopefully the offensive line is beefed up a bit this year.
Yeah, offensive line needs to figure it out. Our coaching staff, this Lincoln Riley is supposed to be the next Pete Carroll for us.
Let me tell you this. We are the first people to always give praise for the offensive line because they're the unsung heroes of the entire team.
Right.
Boys at USC need to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah, Caleb Williams had no time last year. I mean, it'll be interesting. There's a couple storylines I like. Love to see how Oregon does this year. Love to see how USC and Colorado, and see if Deion's got that juice, and see if they actually come out with their boys. And
let's see.
I
hope they don't.
Yeah, he's kind of getting annoying. That team's kind of getting a little cocky and annoying.
I hope they flop.
For a team that hasn't done dick or anything.
They won like half their games last year.
Yeah, we're around like they're like the next God's green, the football.
The God's gift to football, right?
But well, buddy, football's right around the corner. We're doing the draft.
That's what I'm really looking forward to.
The draft.
As well. Oh my God, that's so much
Recap
fun.
a little. We haven't really broke down our golf round together.
Yeah, let's do a quick little 5-minute recap here.
So
that was a fun
Ryder
tourney,
Cup format at our local Mile Square tournament. Shout out Mile Square. I mean, always a blast there. I enjoy those tournaments so much. I enjoy playing that course, being there with you guys. It's always so much fun.
And I don't think it's ever going to get old.
I don't know.
It's so much fun.
So much fun to get out there and play that course.
Just
when the greens are good, the weather's always somewhat decent out there. It's always like kind of humid-ish in the morning,
right, and then
sunnier in the afternoon.
Warms up on like hole 14, and you're out of there at noon or 1 before like you're sitting in the heat all day.
Yeah, we always get some good tea times. Always walk away with a stack full of cash. I mean, we're walking away with bands.
We walked. I mean, shit, you're dripping right now.
We walked out with
gold chain,
$260 or something.
Yeah, each. Because of that last tournament, we got like a skin. It happened to be a massive skin, right? Because it was on the scramble. It was on the scramby that we played.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna walk away with another stack of cash as well because I think we just got net first place. Mm-hmm. And we got 3 skins and a closest to pin
from Andrew Witt.
That was nice.
The boys started out hot though.
Yeah, we did. So the format, let's walk us through it really quick. It's 6 holes of 2-man scramble, and then it's 6 holes of best ball, and then it's 6 holes of alternate shot.
Great.
And you think you take 50% of us 2 for handicap. For scramble and alternate shot, and then you play your handicap individually for best ball. That's how it broke down. And we came out buzzing. We came out balling.
Birdie.
You mashed a drive. I had actually a nice little cut off the tee.
Yeah, you did.
And you stiffed it to like 3 feet, 2 feet.
Yeah, put it real nice and tight there.
Hole 2, made a nice little like up and down. Drained the long putt, like 12-footer up the hill. Remember that after that little chip? Number 3. I can't remember what we did. Just par.
I think. Yeah.
And then that next hole on the par 5, I ripped the drive. Mm-hmm. We had a little bit of an alleyway, and you took out this hybrid from like 225 and landed at about 12 feet away from the cup. It rolled out to like 30 feet, but like over a tree, baby cut. And this thing was on a heater of a line.
Yeah, I started out hot.
You were balling.
Swinging the club really well. We buried that hole. We walked away 2 under from the scramble. And
through 5, right?
Yeah. Held on through the best ball, and then
Held on through the alternate shot. Well, we went to 3 under, actually, because we birdied the par 5.
Right.
Oh, no, sorry. We birdied number 8, the par 3, where I had my CTP and bird. That was a nice putt. That was fun. That was fun, man.
Went 2-3 under and then just blew up on the alternate shot.
It's expected.
Yeah, I mean,
we kind of lost our sauce. I actually didn't really have it all day. I really struggled off the tee.
Yeah, there's moments of it when I needed it the most. You showed up.
Short game was clicking.
Putting was great.
Putt
nails for us.
Yeah.
A couple of them I blew fucking by the hole, and you had good reads.
Yeah.
And
I'm never going to make any of those. I can get you up there. I can lag it usually pretty well.
That's great. Alternate shot, we just one bad shot. Other person had to recover into a spot that was like okay, where you're not going to put like a lot of balls super, super close.
We never made double.
That's
huge.
Just bogeys.
Yep.
we scrambled for a bogey though.
4 bogeys, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did scramble for a bogey. What hole was that on?
17. You went driver.
17 was a scramble, bro.
And then we completely missed the green into a bunker. I barely got us out of the bunker.
What do you mean we? I mean, I'd put you square in that bunker with a wedge in my hand. Tough.
Not ideal.
Tough, man.
Mashed drive for us down there.
Yeah, I had like 110 in my hand.
Yeah.
115.
Then you mashed, and then you put it in the bunker, unfortunately. I wasn't feeling too great about my bunker game at that moment.
And then I hit a nice little lag putt, and then you drain like a 6-footer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that
Downhill.
was massive.
Yeah.
Massive. Yeah, and then I had a great drive on 18 to bring us home. Scared it for birdie as well.
Yeah, I had that 4-iron. I wish I would have gotten back, maybe put it a little closer. But I thought, like, from where I was at,
bro, I mean, you put a 4-iron to like 35 feet. Just the pin placement was like tucked up on the upper shelf, back left corner. You just missed 35 feet right, perfectly pin high.
Yeah, we chipped it up. You almost made a chip in eagle.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna scare it for whatever reason. It felt nice for you. It was. So much fun playing with you. I'm glad we're actually finding some heat together. We got the bar stool.
We put in enough time. Just
yelling
put
at each
enough
other.
else. Right. That after that powwow, we've been great.
Yeah, ever since the powwow. That was life changing.
It really was. Like, all right, we're sick of this shit.
That was a good friend powwow moment.
That was fun.
That was a coming to Jesus moment after getting clapped.
Right in time for the Barstool Classic.
We gotta get going.
Yeah. That's going to be later down the pipeline.
We got to
do a fun video with that one. We should bring the podcast stuff for that weekend.
We should do some.
Yeah, we have to.
It's going to be an experience. Are you going to drink?
At the Barstool Classic? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a couple cocktails.
A couple?
2-3. I don't want to get too
yeah.
I want to be able to move forward if possible.
I'm getting competitive.
Now, if we're fucked after holes 8 and 9, 10...
Sure.
We're going in there, and we're going to have multiple conversations about it, but let's just start. We're going to go in there and just have fun.
Of course.
You and I'm not going to expect.
We have to say we're going to have fun because we're going to stress about playing well.
And
we know that, and we can't do that. So that's why I'm
one person might have his game, the other person might not, and that's just the way it rolls.
Right. And that's going to be A-okay.
Maybe just one person bails them out. We just got to relieve the pressure from us to just go have some fun.
Because we're also going to play at a nice course, too, that we've never played before.
Right.
Oof.
It's going to be fun.
We should go play some more random courses and start mixing up our courses every once in a while.
We should start doing some stuff like that and just try to get uncomfortable and try to score well. Go play black and yellow.
Right. I wish we had more of those courses
Coyote
around
Hills.
here that are like decently challenging and not super expensive.
Yeah. Maybe during the Ryder Cup, we get our practice in that way. Because we'll be playing a new course.
It's just been awful every Ryder Cup. I was actually okay last year. I was actually okay.
Yeah. Anyways, buddy, you got anything for the people?
Yeah, let's wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, and just a reminder, you might be in the thick stuff, but just keep swinging.